There is so much new information about Splatoon 3, so let's go over it. So if you missed it, yesterday there was a Splatoon 3 Nintendo Direct, which was an entire 30 minutes long, which was absolutely madness. And they showed so much new stuff. So let's just jump straight in with it and let's go over as much as I can. So the first thing that they really wanted to talk about was Turf Wars. Now this is a 4v4, 3-minute long match, and it's essentially just the team who covers the most of the area wins. So it's just cover the most of the map and you win. Wasn't that already in Splatoon? Like, I need to just straight up say I'm not a die-hard Splatoon fan. I've not sank like hundreds and thousands of hours like everybody else. So, you know, let me know down in the comments if that's true or not. I was under the assumption that was kind of like the whole premise of Splatoon was cover as much ground as possible to win, but I might be wrong. But obviously this is going to be super fun. 4v4, just splatter everything, you know? And I just like the whole sort of idea of this game. Like, the art style is great. I love the vibrancy and all the colors, and it's going to look amazing on the Switch OLED if you're playing handheld. It's just a cool looking game, but let's crack on. So they announced two new techniques. So Squid Surge lets you swim up walls, but not like before. This is in a single boost. So obviously you could splatter the wall before and then jump on it and like swim up. But this is actually like a new technique where you're gonna go onto the wall, press a button, and you're gonna fire all the way up to the top in one go. And then the next one is Squid Roll. Should have been called Sushi Roll, but you know, Squid Roll. This is basically doing a flip turn, 180-degree turn. So you're gonna be going one direction, you're gonna do a sushi roll, and you'll be instantly facing the opposite direction. And if your character's glowing, I think there's like a chance, I'm not too sure how it works, but there's a chance that you will actually repel the opposing team's splat liquid. There's so many stages as well, and I was gonna go through like each individual one, but this video would be far too long, so I'm just gonna say there's 12 stages in total, and there are some older maps or older stages returning, but there's loads of new ones. And from what they showed, I really like the look of them. I was looking at these going, oh man, like I really need to get into Splatoon 3 because some of these stages just look really, really cool. And that's not all. They did say that more stages were going to be added via free post-launch updates as well. So more on updates and stuff later. And of course, what's like a shooting game's main thing? The weapons! So of course, there's loads of new weapons. So we've got all the basic weapons from previous games that's available, which is a really nice touch. I'm glad they haven't just ditched old ones and then replaced them, because I know fans will have their favorite weapon and they can still use that. But we have a new Stringer's bow, new Splatanas, and this looks absolutely dope. So you've got a katana, which is basically just a rolling, you know, like a paint roller on a sword. And you can basically send blades of ink out when you swing it, and there's charging slashes as well. And then on top of that, we have special weapons. So after filling a gauge from inking turf, you can unleash the Tacticooler, which is like a mini fridge with 4 drinks that you can share with your teammates. And this will give you bonuses, so different bonuses. So you've got speed boost and then other stuff they haven't really shown yet, but this is gonna be like a buff system, right? You're gonna drink one of these drinks and then you're gonna get some sort of perk. Who knows for how long? I imagine it will be a timed thing and not the whole game, but you know, we'll find out soon enough, I imagine. And then you've got Wave Breaker, which sends waves, and it basically marks out enemy locations, and it damages you or them if you are hit by the wave that it sends out as well. You've then got the Reef Slider, which I initially thought was a dolphin, but it's not a dolphin, it's a shark. So you ride this crazy shark thing, and it explodes. Sending out paint everywhere, right? Oh, and special weapons are actually paired with main weapons. And there's a bunch of shops as well in the main sort of like town lobby area. So Ammo Nights is a weapon shop with Sheldon that will sell you stuff essentially. So instead of in-game currency, you need Sheldon licenses, which you get by leveling up through battles and consistent weapon usage as well. They also kind of hinted that if you overpay for stuff, you may get a special weapon as a reward. So I don't know if you can like actively overpay. So if something costs 5 rewards and you give him 10, like they didn't really say like how many points or Sheldon things you have to give. But it seems like, you know, if you overpay, you might be able to get perks back. And there's cosmetic shops as well. So you can get headgear, clothing, and shoes, and these can be obtained by the shops, each with their own unique like keepers. So you've got the headgear shop, the clothes shop, and then the shoe shop as well. And gear does have abilities like run speed, which is what they showed off, and this will be super helpful, along with other abilities they haven't really shown either. But merch can swap abilities between gear, and you can also create and save whole outfits to essentially swap out an entire set super quickly and easily. Which is really cool because it seems like they're giving you loads of customization here. So, you know, you can have your favorite armor or gear that's going to have a certain ability, and maybe you don't like that ability anymore. Well, you can go to merch and he'll be able to, for a fee I imagine, swap it out for a different ability. And I love the fact that you can save sets, so you could have a certain type of ability like line up for an outfit, and then you could save a totally different outfit with different abilities for a different gameplay style or whatever, and you can just flip between them. I definitely like that idea. So in the lobby, you can enter, you know, the turf war battles we spoke about earlier, but they also mention anarchy battles. So this has splat zones, tower control, rainmaker, and clam blitz, which are the 4 modes that are on rotation. But you can also basically create a lobby and have private battles with a room too, letting you choose your own battle mode. So instead of it being on rotation, you can actually choose which one you want to do and then just repeat that if you wanted to. So also in the lobby, there is a test range to practice if you want to, but there's also ghosts that appear as 3D holograms that you can join battles with by just going up to them, essentially. So these ghosts are your friends. They're going to be people that are on your friends list, I suppose, and it's going to show what they're doing. So they're just going to be hanging out or like walking around in this lobby as a ghost. But if you go up to them, you're going to be able to see like what game they're in or what they're actually currently doing right now. And then you can either like attempt to join them if there's space, or you can actively go and ask them to join you if they're idle, I guess. And I think that's a pretty neat idea, seeing what your currently online friends are doing. It's just a nice way of like, I don't know, getting involved and maybe playing with someone that you really want to play with instead of having to go to the friends list or like call them up. You can just be in the game and be like, oh, that's what they're doing, let me join. Or, oh, they're not doing anything, maybe they want to come and play this with me. That's pretty cool. Then they showed off battle replays. So this lets you fast forward, skip, or swap to other players' views. And there's a share feature too. So how's this going to work? Is it like recording constantly to your system, or is it like recording and uploading it to their server? I don't really understand. I imagine you can probably turn it off, because if it's system storage that you're using, that's going to fill up pretty quickly if you're playing this game really often. You know, if they're recording every game and it's saving it to your system storage, who knows how much data that's going to take up. So there might be some sort of hidden data thing going on here that's going to end up eating up all your space. I'm sure you'll be able to disable it if you're not fussed, but they have the share feature too. Where are you going to be able to share it to? Is it going to be like Twitter or Facebook or YouTube? I'm not too sure. Another feature they announced was the locker room, which is kind of cool, but it's kind of useless at the same time. So basically you can design a locker and other players will be able to view it too. So basically you will get items. I imagine you can just unlock them, but they also said you can get them from the general store, and you pretty much just like place stuff in your locker that you like, or that's like, you know, just like you would in, I don't know, here in the UK we didn't really have like the whole locker thing, but I know in America and other countries, like that's quite a big thing where you kind of like decorate your locker or whatever to reflect your personality, right? So that's what you're going to be doing in this game. You can put stuff in there, maybe achievements or whatever that you've done, or just stuff that you like, and then other players will be able to look in your locker and be like, oh yeah, they like that too, or, you know, that's cool, yeah. There's also like banners and tags. So there's splash tags and splash banners. just basically like Call of Duty. So like when you join a game or whatever, you're gonna have now like an adjustable tag that will show your name, and I suppose you can change the colors and like different images and stuff like that. And also if you win a battle, you can change the emote that happens as well. So you could do a funky dance or like, I don't know, whatever it ends up being. But yeah, I know this from Call of Duty, so they've kind of implemented that just because I suppose it's quite a renowned thing to do with like online multiplayer games now. Just another level of customization to make you stand out and feel more unique. And using points from battles lets you unlock loads of stuff, with new catalogs releasing every 3 months for the next 2 years until 2024. So that's 2 years of updates essentially. So there's going to be catalogs of stuff every 3 months. That's crazy. Like, that's a lot of stuff. I think it's just cosmetic items though, for like your locker or for your badges and stuff like that, or maybe outfits as well. But yeah, that's pretty cool that they're going to be already telling you that there's 2 years of updates for this kind of stuff. They announced a mini game as well. So you've got Table Turf Battle, which is like kind of like a card game, but kind of like Tetris. So there's over 150 cards to collect in-game with Splatsville locals to play. So NPCs will just be like hosting these card games, and I suppose you can go up to them and just join a game, and everyone is gifted a game starter deck. It's a 1v1 card game spin-off of Turf Wars, but they should totally release these in real life. Just like the Animal Crossing like amiibo card things, they should totally release these Splatoon cards in real life. I know people would collect them. I'd buy a few packs just to unbox for you guys. Next up, they give us some more information on Salmon Run. So this is a 4 sort of player thing. So you collect salmon eggs by defeating boss salmonids. You collect golden eggs and then deliver them to win. So there's a bunch of weird and wacky things going on here with, you know, like protecting them. They've got different like weapons and stuff, so pretty much just more stuff to watch out for when you're playing Salmon Run. And then the king salmonid is a monster salmon. This thing is huge and it's so random, but you get an egg cannon to fire golden eggs to deal more damage within a time limit. So yeah, then they announced like a super mega event which only happens every few months, which was called like Big Run or something, and these salmonids invade like the main town by the sound of it, and everyone is going to have to go and try and help get rid of them, I suppose. But I'm pretty sure they said this was once every 3 months, so it's going to be like a monster event, basically. I mean, that's pretty cool if you're like a super avid Splatoon fan. This is going to be something that you can really look forward to, hone your skills, see if you can get extra points. I'm sure there'll be like amazing rewards for if you get a high score or help clear them out in a certain time or something like that. Okay, story mode. So this is like the single player bit. So there's a manhole in Splatsville Square, and this sees you do battles with an Octarian army. So you explore stages, and it's good for, they basically said it was like a training thing. It's good for learning weapons and techniques. But they didn't really say much, and I was really hyped to hear about the single player aspect of this game, and they just kind of went, yeah, there's single player, bye. Okay, I was a little bit disappointed. I wanted a little bit more. I mean, from what they showed, it looks cool. I like the look of it, but they didn't really go into detail. They didn't say how long it was. Like, I don't know. I feel a little bit let down that they didn't give us more information about the single player stuff. There's also like mailbox drawings as well. So you can put up your own art, and this is actually going to be displayed in stages around the city and in battles as well, which is crazy. I know they had like drawing and stuff in the previous one where you could just go up to somebody and then it like will pop up above the head, but this supposedly is getting displayed on like billboards and stuff. That's pretty exciting. You can also buy food and drinks that will aid you in battle. I suppose they give you perks. There's photo mode as well that lets you send photos to your phone or display them in your locker. And then there's Recon Guide as well, so you can select your favorite stage, and basically it's completely empty, but you can go walk around it to like learn the map better and see your favorite, like, I don't know, hiding spots, or like, you know, just assess the situation. They also said about the phone app. So Splatnet 3 is a phone app that will show your battle stats, and you can order special gear which is only available in the app. and get wallpapers and more stuff as well. So Splatnet 3 will be available at launch via the Nintendo Switch Online mobile app. So this is, again, like, I've never really used that mobile app. I just haven't. I've had no need to. But this is a way to encourage you to like be on that a lot more if you're going to be getting like unique items that are only available through the phone thing. And this, I'm on about like physical phones, right? You actually download it on your phone and then sign in or whatever, and then you'll be able to get stuff there. Amiibos can be scanned into the game for new outfits, I think, but they have to be previous Splatoon Amiibos by the look of it. But also they did announce 3 new Amiibo bundles which are being released this winter, and at least they showed like a triple pack, and that looks really cool. Like, I do like Amiibos. I don't buy like a lot of them. I've got a bunch on the shelf behind the camera there, but only mainly like Metroid ones. Okay, post-launch updates. So apparently there's going to be a load of post-launch updates with new catalogs releasing every 3 months for 2 years, like I've already said. So there'll be new weapons as well, as roughly the same time as each catalog, so every 3 months for 2 years. You've then got X Battle and League Battle, which are planned to be added in the future, and they didn't really say much about this. They were just saying that it's going to come in the future. And also they said that a major paid DLC will be available in the future. So you can see that they really want to back Splatoon 3. They really want to support it, make sure there's loads of content coming your way constantly, as well as a huge DLC which will be available in the future. You know, it just shows how much effort they want to put into this. Again, I'm really happy for everyone that like super loves Splatoon. There's a Splatfest world premiere as well. So on August the 27th is the Splatfest world premiere. And basically, if you have a Nintendo Switch Online subscription, then you'll be able to download a demo, which will be available to download from the eShop, I think on the 18th of August, which will get you ready for the 27th to basically play this Splatfest world premiere. So that was a lot of news about Splatoon 3, like so much information about Splatoon 3. I might have missed like the odd thing because otherwise this video would have been like 2 hours long. But you know, there was so much going there. What is your favorite thing about Splatoon 3 that they have announced in this whole new direct? Let me know down in the comments. I, for one, was like a little bit disappointed that they didn't give a bit more information about the single player stuff. I've said before, like, I'm not the biggest online player. You know, I used to be when I used to play PC and stuff, but for Switch, I pretty much play like single player games. I'm not like massively into like the like multiplayer stuff. I do have Splatoon 2 and I have played it, but I didn't like sink in thousands of hours. I was more like, I don't know, I just wish there was a bit more single player stuff. And of course it is going to be in this game, but they just didn't seem to show much about it, you know? But everything else I think looks amazing. I love all the new weapons, the new features they're bringing up. To be fair, you have to ask the question, like, could they have just made another DLC for Splatoon 2? Yeah, but they would have made less money, you know? Now they're gonna sell another copy of the game, they're gonna sell more DLC, you know, like, it just makes sense, I suppose, to release it as a whole new game and keep it separate. There is going to be a divide, though, where people are still playing Splatoon 2 that can't afford or don't want to upgrade to Splatoon 3. So you're going to have half the people playing Splatoon 3, half the people playing Splatoon 2. You know, like, when's it going to mix together? Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Hopefully most people like transition over to number 3, and then some people just still play 2 for those that don't want to buy it. But yeah, I don't know. Overall, I think there was a lot of information there. It seems like they're really trying with this game, and I'm super excited for all those people that are die-hard Splatoon lovers. But yeah, let me know down in the comments what your favorite thing is. And if you haven't seen it already, go and watch this video just here, which is this week's Switch News, because I do a Switch News video every single week about the latest news. But there won't be one for the next sort of like week and a half because I'm going to France, okay? So there's still videos up on the channel, so go and watch all the videos, make sure you're subscribed, and there's loads of shorts as well. So there's plenty of stuff going, but yeah, I'm in France. But anyway, see you later.